Justin! Oh man, let's hope we're actually live right now. Hopefully, people can hear us loud and clear if there's even any live right now here waiting for us for tonight. Chat, how you guys all doing? Hopefully, everyone's living, everyone's having a good old time, everyone's doing shenanigans and whatnot. And yes, please let me know if you guys can hear me loud and clear so that way I know it's ready for us to begin tonight's session, one and all, for another exciting podcast of the week here in the PokePod World Podcast. Man, I love saying that in that voice. Oh man, first of all, how you guys all doing tonight? Hopefully everyone's having a fantastic day, evening, afternoon so far in this new week. I know a lot of people might have had an extended day off as well, given Labor Day and all. And I hope everybody has had a good time thus far within this week. So please let me know in the chat. Hopefully all of you are doing fine. All of you guys are living. All of you guys are good to go. So we can talk about the shenanigans for this week. Obviously, we got a lot to discuss for tonight. We got Sonic Colors Ultimate to discuss. We got the latest episode of PM 2019. We also got some cool things to announce as well, amongst many other gaming news and stuff that is pretty much happening across the world right now, and kind of be fun to talk a little bit about it. Now, I will admit I cannot talk about Shang-Chi only because I have yet to see the film myself personally. I will be checking it out tomorrow with the family. So maybe in tomorrow's session of Mario Party or whatnot, I'll let you guys know how things shape up for that. In the meantime, though, I want to thank so much for the new follow right there, as well as the donation by Switch Kid. Thank you so much for donating the 100 bitty bits. I hope the best of luck for you with your boarding school. May everything go swell for you. And yeah, we're rooting for the best outcome for you, buddy. So yeah, tonight's session, like I said, it's gonna be a fun one. We even got some we got even the person coming back as well. Well, I'm actually not sure where the hell is he. Where the hell is my boy Tyrone at? But nah, don't worry. The guys will be coming soon. For now, we're keeping things nice and simple. And make sure, ladies and gents, that you continue to donate to the Gumi points in regards to our KG will eventually eat tacos live on stream thing. He's late. When is he? Never late is a thing. Hi there, Sin. How you doing? I saw that you were doing a run of the Lugia raid. How'd that go for you? Hopefully everything went well in that part. Maybe you got your shiny or somewhere else. Eat the taco. We will one day, man. I'm waiting for Shang-Chi to hit Disney Plus. Don't feel comfortable going to theater just yet. Okay. Did you see the new logo for ours? Which logo for that? I have not, though. If you don't mind adding me for that, maybe on Discord, you can show me there. But as of right now, currently, I have yet seen it myself personally. 39% indeed. I will admit, though, didn't get the shiny Lugia, but I did get him. Hey, that's awesome to hear.
Hey!
Oh god, that scared the hell out of me because I was expecting someone else to have said
I brought
hey.
TSS here with me too.
Oh, you dragged him back, didn't you? Well, first of all, let's all give a warm welcome to our buddy, our third bro here, finally making his return after a month hiatus. Say
It's
hello, one and all,
Dean!
to TSS. To Dean.
I'm kidding. What's up, TSS?
What's
We're
up,
glad to
buddy?
have you back.
Did you miss me?
Aw, man, that iconic voice can always never be replaced, man. Never be replaced, for sure.
First of all, I want to say a few things because I know some people probably heard me say this on other streams as well. But first of all, I want to thank Kay for bringing as much energy as I usually bring for at least a couple of the pods in the last month. First of all, I did appreciate the kind of like Vince McMahon corporate ministry higher power shit that she pulled on her first appearance. I had to clip that, and also the last time she was here when she and Polly went at it for freaking Love Live. I did like that exchange.
Hey there, Pirates Robo. How you doing? So yeah, Kay has been a great addition. I even joined her for one of her Genshin streams as well a couple of days ago, which was a lot of
And
fun to
she's
see.
currently doing Pokemon Shield Nuzlocke.
Indeed, everyone's getting into it. I actually was talking with her about it because she was also kind of like wondering what exactly she would like to do for Nuzlocke. And I guess she came to the decision of giving Sword and Shield a shot with Shield. So best of
Ask her
luck to
how.
Kay.
I'm gonna ask her how exactly she did like a shield Nuzlocke, because most of the Pokemon, usually in a Nuzlocke, the mystery is what Pokemon you will get, because they're all hidden in the grass. But in this game, Pokemon just sort of roam. So what happens?
Oh no, people have workarounds for that. Don't worry about that, buddy. But yeah, everyone's
Yeah.
saying, "Hey, TSS, you are alive." It's to wash your
Yeah.
fucking hands, dude.
Thank you, Switch Kid, for the 100 bitty bits.
Yes, much love
Thank
once
you.
again to our buddy Switch Kid.
In business.
You can do it with
Yeah.
Max Lair, but Max Lair doesn't get accessed until very, very late in the game,
Yeah.
though. Like,
Yeah.
or not very late in the game, but like it's gonna take a while for you to get there and to survive with just one mon until then. Oof. Good luck on
Exactly.
that part.
Yeah.
All right, so obviously we got a lot to talk about within this week.
We got a
You know,
lot.
we got the trio here for tonight. Everyone's getting excited for the shenanigans we're gonna go and talk about. We got Sonic Colors Ultimate to talk about. We got ports to talk about.
I got a lot to talk about.
And
with
I want to
Sonic
make
Colors.
sure that when we discuss this, we make sure to address it as much as we possibly can. Because there is a lot of controversy regarding the glitches that do occur in that game, as well as those that aren't exactly from the consoles itself. And I will talk a little bit about that as we approach further into tonight's session. Alongside that, obviously, we'll talk a little bit about some anime, things that have been going on within the world of anime. I wanted to talk a little bit about one of my personal favorites from this season and talk about that soon, as well as talking about some other shenanigans later down the road in our discussion. And of course, without a doubt, the latest episode of PM 2019. So make sure to go and check that out yourself as well if you have yet to see the episode. And yeah, we'll get right into it for tonight. So what do you guys say? You all ready to go and begin? Chat? And of course, those in the call?
Let's
Ready.
get it.
All right. Well, actually, we can't just start sort of like that. We actually have something to announce real quick before we get any further into tonight's session.
Oh yes.
So I was talking about this with the guys yesterday, and I wanted to make sure just to let them know in advance what we're going to be talking about for tonight. I did already announce it on Twitter, so if you have yet to see that on Twitter, you can go and check that out. But if you're here on the podcast, well, I do have an exciting announcement to make, and that is in regards that now we are in partnership and an ambassador to Artesian Builds, a company
Not
that is
artisan,
known for
I thought it was.
Yeah, so
No, we ain't making fucking bread over here.
Yeah, I was like, why is
Yeah, we ain't fucking the poor man's Panera bread over here. Right?
why I was gonna say, why is KG sponsored by bread?
Yes, we're making that bread, ladies. But now, in all sincerity, though, I am very excited to announce that we are, an ambassador now with Artesian Builds, a custom gaming PC company that builds all customer PCs live over on twitch.tv/Artesian Build. So you can go and check them out yourself over there. And if you ever think about upgrading your system, you can actually use the code KG Prestige to get up to $200 off your own custom PC by actually checking down in the About section. You'll actually see the image down below, and you can click on it, which will bring you to the site, and you can go and check it out for yourself. Now,
don't they actually do, since they have their own Twitch channel, don't they actually, if you buy from them, that you can actually see your build sometimes?
yes, you can, because if you do make a purchase, they will notify you when your build is going to be made, so that way you could be there as well to watch it live as they're doing it for you. So yeah, everyone's orders, they're not just yours or mine, anybody out there, all systems, all PCs will be shown on their Twitch site. So they'll see how it gets built, put together, and you can even talk with them as well as it's being made. They have done over 3,000 PCs for clients since back in 2018, man. So it's been up to 3 years at this point, and they've been doing it for this long, and up to 3K PCs. That is absolutely incredible. They'll also affirm and obviously start with systems at up to $1,100. So you can go and check at the lowest discount amount. And yeah, just check out the site for yourself. See what they have to offer. Maybe it might suit your needs. You never know. And if it does, then you might also get a nice little discount on that as well. So
It
make sure.
already got the TSS seal of approval, and he does like IT himself.
Yeah, because I can say the prices that they're charging are actually pretty fair, considering that a person like me would normally charge about $300 for labor for something like this. So to be honest, especially with the part shortage right now, they're very competitive and very fair.
Now, here's the coolest thing that I didn't know about until recently. Say if you do build certain things in your PC, they actually will allow, when they're building it on their channel, to allow gifted subs to upgrade certain parts of the builds as well. So certain features can actually get upgraded as well. Like say you can bring your community to work around that as well to provide gift subs to continue making some of the builds even go a little higher than what was initially intended. So make sure to check that out as well over on their Twitch site and of course their official website over at artesianbuilds.com.
No,
Once again,
Tyrone, you
link in the
cannot have a button automated on your computer that says the money. Ha ha ha. Damn it.
Not yet, though. Maybe
Not
there
yet,
might be a
though.
chance, though. But yes, much love and appreciation over there to the folks. And thank you once again for allowing us to work in this collaboration with this partnership. So, once again, everybody, if you wish to learn more about this, you can go into the About section down on the Twitch page below in the About page, and you'll see the link there. So, there you go. All right, then, chat. Why don't we get ourselves ready?
Before we move over to the next one, just to stay on this for a second, I love you guys, by the way, in the chat. I love that the minute KG's like, yo, I'm sponsored, everybody's quoting it, so I gotta give the people what they want. The money!
God, how long has it been since we've heard about that, man?
Since the shit mic days.
Damn, the shit mic days. There we go. Breath of fresh air with that. But thanks.
I just love that the chat immediately is like the money.
So I would actually like to talk about a product that's going to be coming out soon. If maybe KG wants to bring it up.
Yes, if you can provide
it's the new it's a product that was announced like last week, having to do with Pokemon. It's the let me just go on the news articles here.
Okay, so there is a brand new Pokemon
second.
product in particular that is coming out soon in the future. Well, actually, there's a lot of ones coming out.
Yes, here we go. So it's an upgraded version. Hold on one second. I'm going to put it in the chat here. Well, let me put it in general.
Yeah, put it in general.
It's up. Yeah, it's the Pokemon Zucon Rotom Phone Plus, and you might be wondering what the hell is the Plus. Well, apparently the plus is there's more activities. There's like 30, and it actually has probably a gyro sensor in it that allows you to move like 360 degrees, and it has over 800 Pokemon. So yeah, more Pokemon because the original one had 400. However, though, while it looks nice, it has like a lanyard. It looks very nice, and it looks pretty cool for a toy. My issue is the price. It's about $105.
Damn.
Yeah, and yeah, it's a fake smartphone that's like $105. So I'm thinking to myself,
that costs more than some regular phones.
That's exactly what it is. Like you can get a regular, you can get a regular prepaid phone for under $100, and it would have much more product from that. Although I would like to say that I would love to see the firmware dumped off of this, just so I can probably, for research purposes, people have done that. Or what I'd like to see them do is hack the Flash and run Doom on it. I mean, come on, if Doom could run on a thermostat, a deli scale, and a fucking pregnancy test, I want to see it running on this.
Doom's a cunt, though. What I'm gonna say.
Yo, we need to find Pokemon. Stop playing Doom on that thing already. God damn it.
I mean, yeah. Like,
and that's when
Doom on a Pokemon Rotom phone. Come on, man.
That's when Go's journey to catch Mew stopped.
He became a Doom YouTuber, man. Now, let me read
Gotta play Genshin Impact.
Okay, hold on a second. $100 for that? Let me put my money here real quick.
Yeah. That's probably it's probably some crappy like arm chip in there. Probably I would actually it would actually be funny to find a teardown of that.
Well, we'll see.
I would love to have one so I could take it apart, but I want to buy two of them. One I could keep and one I can
you can mess
take
around
apart.
with, basically.
Because the official price is 10,990 yen.
Jesus Christ.
That's expensive. Yeah,
Oh,
and of
man.
course, if you're gonna have that imported, obviously it's gonna be even more money. That's even if you can get it. A lot of courier services probably won't do that. I don't know if you can actually do it from like Amazon JP, but who knows? I mean, toys should be fine. But.
Yeah, I would think that something like this should be fine. Well, it's
All right.
$109. US dollars. Now, in regards to the porting and all that, importing the shit over here to the US, that could be all entirely different pricing. So, best of luck on that bit. Now, I understand the pricing though, because I'm reading it here in the product description. It says here contains up to 800 Pokemon from all regions, the latest Pokemon as well as the legendary and mythical Pokemon. You can learn about Pokemon with the same authentic voice as in the TV anime. There's also a Gigantamax Zukan and a Mega Evolution Zukan. Have fun with the battle with the Pokemon you set as your buddies. You can take and play you can play and take pictures with your Pokemon friends at Sakuragi Park. You can also challenge them in battles to become a Masters 8. So, ladies and gents, we can become the Masters 8. We can become those questionable alien-looking things in the background.
Yeah, Los Aliens. We can be Los Aliens.
Los Aliens were us all along, guys. So, you can become a Master 8 yourself. So get the most out of the Zukan Rotom phone Plus with its 28 functions. Look up Pokemon, receive missions and messages, and more. It has many of the same features as the TV, anime, smartphone, Rotom, Satoshi Go, and many other characters will also appear as well. Apparently, you can also link the Get Monster Ball Go with the Rotom phone Plus. It is now possible to connect to telephone lines or the internet. The camera chat and messaging are to foreplay within the toy. So, as TSS stated before.
What they're referring to was at the beginning of PM 2019, they released a Pokeball toy that's kind of like we talked about this in a couple of years back, where you could snap the ball closed and catch Pokemon. So apparently it does have communication, which actually means I wonder if it means that it has like Bluetooth or some sort of like proprietary wireless communication.
No idea, honestly.
Maybe infrared, because I see maybe an infrared thing on that Rotom phone.
Yeah. One last thing to note as well, though. This is going to be coming out on October 16 of 2021, and you'll need to buy some batteries for it, some 4 AA batteries. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not one of those chargeable devices, so you got to go old school with this shit.
Hey, at least unlike real smartphones, you can actually change your batteries without having to freaking like unglue the fucking screen.
I like how the 100. How much did it cost again, TSS?
$105.
I like how we said $105 or $130 or however much it was. I was like, damn, that's more than the than most phones. And then the minute KG's like, you have to buy your own batteries. Fuck!
We can't have nice things in this planet.
Yeah, four AA's or 4 LR6s. Yeah.
Just throw it on the ground. Fuck.
I throw this shit to the ground.
Besides, and you too can annoy people with Marina Eichholz all the time.
Oh, there we go. Now it updated. It says your Lightning has donated $20. Thank you so much for that, Lightning. Apparently, there's a message that comes in it, but it doesn't actually show in the thing itself. Let me go and check that real quick.
Open it up. We just got a letter.
We just got a letter.
You know, it shows 25 years. You know, it shows 25 years old now.
It's from
25. You know, actually, yeah, 25 years ago that debuted.
Really now?
Yeah, because I think Blue's Clues debuted in September '96.
Oh man, I'm still glad that the three main protagonists are together though in this new season.
You want to also feel weird? So Arthur, the movie, the one where he finally gets to 4th grade, that whole thing is just on YouTube now. I want to point that out. I don't know why it's on there, but I was on Twitter today.
Isn't that movie the canonical ending?
Yeah.
Because like
Well,
that's the furthest timeline we ever see him go.
yeah, because he gets to go to fourth grade. And like I was like, I got curious, so I clicked on it. I didn't watch the whole damn thing, but this is my first time watching Arthur after 17 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was curious. I wanted to see what all had changed. Apparently Arthur's voice had changed a bunch or some shit.
Oh, he goes through various VAs.
Yeah, I know. So then I look, the opening's the exact same as from the beginning. Like no changes whatsoever. Arthur's voice did change, but it's not offensive. I think it's just higher than it was mostly.
Well, to be fair, Tyrone, Arthur's voice has changed like 7 times.
I know, but like the voice that I was used to as a kid isn't that far off from the voice I'm hearing right now. The only difference is that it's slightly higher,
Yeah.
which is which I find extra funny because he's getting older.
And you know what's funny? Francine and Buster's voice are still the same VAs from 1996.
Yeah, I heard those two are the only ones that didn't change. But then I was watching it and I noticed like I don't know. I think it's because the art style changed to a digital drawn style versus hand drawn.
Isn't it like Flash now?
Yeah. A lot of the characters look smooth, but not in a good way. In like a weird, like they're too clean. Is there such thing as too clean? I don't know. In the original Arthur, they were a little chunky, but it was like a realistic chunky. Like, okay, this is what people would look like. And they also had like these little grains of like black marks on their outline. It showed, they're animals. They're all mammals. So they got like little fur. Here, it's just it's weird. They all look too clean. Like it was machine made. I don't like it.
Donnie says that it's still hand drawn.
Well, it's hand drawn, but it's digital.
Digital animation, basically.
Yeah, you can definitely see the difference. Like you can see like they're not. It's not jarring, but it's definitely something that you look at and just go, "Huh, that's different."
No, it makes sense, of course.
Yeah. But let's move on to the next topic.
All right, then. So, as we talked about with the Takara Tomy stuff, now let's go and talk about a bit of the gaming side, why don't we? Obviously, we all love our video games, right?
Oh, shit.
And we all love our favorite Blue Blur, Mr. Hedgehog Man himself, a.k.a. Sonic the Hedgehog, who recently just not too long ago had their game released a little bit early. Sonic Colors Ultimate, which has been released on Nintendo Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, and even on PC as well. I believe it's still on the Epic Game Store, if I'm correct.
Yep, it sure the fuck is.
So, yeah, now, that in itself isn't that bad, per se. I think that's great. It's available on all platforms compared to back when it first came out. Originally only exclusive on the Nintendo Wii, but now has become accessible for all platforms. So, this should be an amazing opportunity for fans to go and have fun with a game that might have not been accessible for others who only might have just had one console in the past, right? That makes sense. Now you have accessibility to these kind of classics. Now, the other thing to note about this as well is that this isn't simply just a simple straight port. There are actually some enhancements to it, such as graphical updates and even frame rate update, as well as additional content such as the Metal Sonic race, amongst other stuff as well. With that being said, a few days ago, this game has released, and I want to note to everybody real quick, I'm not going to show these things, but I do want to advise you, if you do by any chance go and look this stuff up, seizure warning in advance.
Procedure. Yep.
Because there will be certain clips that will look horrifying and will be just legitimately making you wonder, how the hell did this shit get passed? So, yeah, this is one of those rare instances where I say, if you're going to look it up, please be cautious. Epilepsy warning, basically.
Yep.
So, now, let's get into it. So, what exactly is happening
now
to it?
It's my turn.
All right, Tyrone, I'll let you take this away. I will jump in a certain bit because there is something to note, given that emulators are also seeming to play a big role on this as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Tyrone, I'll let you take it away.
I can't cover every glitch, but a lot of the glitches include, in Sonic Colors Ultimate, a lot of the glitches include the infamous one, which is flickering. Flickering basically occurs where in certain graphics that were supposed to just come out smooth or have a smooth transition start just like bugging out. One of the most prominent examples is in Starlight Carnival. When you go in the Starlight Carnival, at first it's harmless, but the ships in the background tend to come in and come out at a very weird rate. Sometimes you'll play Starlight Carnival and the ships just fade in like they're supposed to. Other times they do a seizure procedure situation and they flicker on and flicker off. Other notices of flickering is when Sonic uses the Spike Wisp and revs up. So if you press the B button in order to rev up his spike, the smoke that usually surrounds him to let you know he's revving up, that smoke flickers on and off. That you can't do anything about it. That's just what happened. Another flickering effect that I saw, basically from the gameplay, was in I think it was Aquarium Park. Yeah, Aquarium Park has one where the background, because Sonic's in a little like tube. He's running in like a little tube, and outside of that is the water. So there's clearly like fish and shit in the back. They flicker. All of them, they do. There's fish that surround Sonic that are supposed to help Sonic get through the water and help him breathe. They flicker on occasion. There's also a problem with the lighting. So one of the wisps that you get obviously is laser. That one normally shoots this bright cyan colored light that lets you know where Sonic's gonna go before he actually, shoots off like a laser. For some reason, the lighting and colors of this game are so weird that it makes the cyan wisp so dim, you can't see it. So you can't see where Sonic's gonna be when he enters his laser form, which is weird. When Sonic boosts, and this happens in pretty much all of the Hedgehog engine games, but most infamously in Colors because of the way the graphics are. When Sonic, oh my god, I'm looking at the picture now. Better Sonic offer me a fucking blunt. I'll bring him up in a second. When you boost, normally the screen around you does a motion blur situation to kind of give off the illusion that, Sonic is going, fast. Here, it's compressed a lot to the point where the minute you boost, it looks like a mirror and after you've taken a shower. It's just nothing but blurry. And it's almost to where you could barely see what's happening on screen. It's so jarring. There's a ton of other ones. One of them, this one starts the controversy. It's Terminal Velocity Act 2.
The final zone, basically.
Yeah, the one that's technically not a level. It's 30 seconds long, for Christ's sakes. But Sonic is running away from a black hole, right? And when he's running away from the black hole, apparently the black hole in and of itself is its own object and thus has its own hitbox. And thus, the hitbox... Well... Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. It is a flashing mess, and the background is not good at all. It is an atrocity. But from what I'm told, some of these glitches aren't real.
And this is where I'm going to come in to explain the situation, because it's gotten so bad that even Nintendo had to come out and start refunding the money towards this game as well, that because of certain glitches that were being presented. However, some of the reasoning behind Nintendo refunding the money actually has some ties to even an emulator. So, this is what happened a few days ago, which is what initiated this whole glitch controversy, was that apparently he loaded up, I believe it's supposed to be Planet Wisp. The entire map was just in pure rainbow neon lights and everything. Like, literally, it's pure colors, you could say. But what made it worse is that when this person initially posted it, they made it look like it was coming directly from the Nintendo Switch console itself. Because in the bottom, normally, you know how you see things like Twitter for iPhone or Twitter for Android, like that kind of thing. This one said Nintendo Switch Share, implying that this came directly from the Nintendo Switch console itself and posted onto Twitter. So that's supposed to let you know, okay, this was directly taken from the Switch. However, the dude came out, I'm not going to say the name, but the dude came out and said there's been a debate on my thread about whether I'm playing the Nintendo Switch version of Sonic Colors Ultimate. First of all, yes, I am playing it on Yuzu. Now you all got your answers about that, Cursor. Are you happy? Though now this has started something I didn't intend. Really, when I posted the video, it was so it could be to spread around and someone could try and get it on a real Switch to either prove or not prove my point that the Switch version is a hot mess. If anyone gets this glitch on the real hardware, please notify me of it. So that's what happened. Some of the seizure glitches that you could see, that really horrifying one, was taken from the Yuzu emulator. And that's what the controversy is coming on, because now it's letting you kind of question, okay, which ones are the real glitches? Which ones are the fake glitches? Which one's the real hot mess? Which one isn't? And unfortunately, it's gotten to that point that now even people are still finding, or it's gotten to that point that the person who made that tweet literally deleted their account on Twitter and just straight up left. That account no longer exists. So yeah, it is a absolute hot mess, man.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, running any game on Yuzu is kind of a crapshoot. Like, for example, if you did not, first of all, if you did not, even on early versions of like Pokemon Snap, new Pokemon Snap for Yuzu, it took originally if you got it with the day one patch on it. You still could not get past the tutorial of the game, because basically what would happen is, you would go into the first level, like you would go into the first stage, but then you couldn't get past the tutorial because it's kind of like the same problem that happened with early versions of like Moopin 64 with the original Pokemon Snap, where the pictures won't register in the database. So it's kind of like the same way, and it took the Yuzu devs about a week to fix that. There's another game that I play, or I tried to play, and that is Yokai Watchi Y Academy. And Yuzu, it's still unplayable on Yuzu, because apparently I think it's actually degressed, because it was actually the biggest problem was, if you try to start the game, you get a white screen. Then a little while, in about a couple of months or a few months ago, it was playable again. You were able to, at least it was like seizure inducing flickering, but at least you were able to play it. And now I just updated Yuzu now, and now it's back to the fucking white screen again. So again, the problem is, you remember, it's emulation versus actual hardware. So obviously emulation is not going to be 100% accurate unless if you do like a simulation, or if you reverse engineer and create like an FPGA core or something like on the Mister, for example. So emulation, unless if you're using like a BSNES or Higen as it's called now, you're not going to get the most accurate representation of a console. So that's basically the issue.
And I wanna say something about this overall issue, because a lot of people have been talking to me about it. It got brought to my attention a lot, because most people on my streams, or just on Twitter or in general, were asking me like, Tyrone, what do you think? What do you think of this? And I think between you guys, you wanted opinions too, because out of all of us, I think I'm the one who plays like Sonic games the most.
Correct.
Yeah.
And with me, now I was split. One, because Sonic Colors is my favorite 3D Sonic game. Like, period. Out of all the 3D Sonic games, Sonic Colors is one of my favorites. It came out on my birthday, for Christ's sakes. Like, this was just this game, I love this game. When we talked about emulators, TSS actually helped me play what I feel is the definitive version of the game, which is the Wii version emulated on Dolphin, but with enhanced graphics and resolution. So it felt like I was playing this game for the first time all over again. It looked beautiful. And if anything, that made me more mad at the Ultimate version, because I'm like, dude, this is what it can do, yet we're getting this. Like, I mean, and yeah, it's $40 a pop, which is not as much as the full price of what they did with us in Mario All-Stars, but this is still kind of inexcusable, just considering that all you had to do was what the Dolphin just did. I never imagined Sonic Colors could look this damn beautiful on the Wii emulator, yeah, but it looked beautiful. Damn thing looked gorgeous.
Yeah,
And,
I
yeah,
mean,
go ahead.
to be fair though, Dolphin has had over a decade of constant development.
Mhm.
Plus you can actually run Dolphin on your freaking smartphone, for God's
Yeah,
sake.
TSS saw me play it last night. I was playing
Yeah,
Sonic Colors last night.
yeah,
Played almost the whole damn thing, and then played the other half to earlier this morning. I literally woke up to play the rest of it.
yeah.
And then right before, I want to say 30 minutes before the pod, I got a D on Terminal Velocity Act 1 because I was rushing. And then I'm like, nah, fuck that. So I started playing Sonic Colors Terminal Velocity until I got an S rank. And I'm like, yeah, that's much better. I can sleep soundly at night knowing that
How
I
do you
got
get
an
a
S
D
rank.
in a straight line?
Well, because there's one thing that messes you up, and it's the calamari robot that shoots the laser. The problem is, and I forgot about this, you can't see the laser if you're too far ahead of him. So he can shoot you and hit you, and there's no checkpoints in terminal velocity. Once you die, you got to start the whole 4 minutes over again.
Mm.
So what happens is if you die, you start the timer at 4 minutes. And thus your score is already killed for time. That's what happens. But once I learned the pattern, I was like, okay, cool, I can beat this. I beat it. I got an S rank. I'm like, good. And I can sleep soundly at night knowing I beat it. But that's how good Sonic Colors is. It makes me want to play it willingly. I beat it in 4 hours and 19 minutes. By the way, I just want to point that out.
I mean, to be fair, actually, I'm gonna take that, and I'm gonna turn it the other way. PCSX2, even though the newest version is from like about a year or two ago, I've been playing, as many folks know, I've been playing Persona 3 FES, on it, and it's an upscaled. You wouldn't really see it on my streams, but I upscale it to like 4K. It's like, well, Atlas, that's another fucking Sega product. Atlas, come on, let's fucking go. Let's make a remaster. If they make a 16:9 remaster of Persona 3 with all of the best version, with the stuff in portable, with all the stuff in portable and FES, you can make it look as good as on the emulator too. So I mean, I mean, I would like for them to go back and say, okay, we're going to touch up the assets so that it doesn't, the textures don't look as low res, but it's the ability. But
I want to point out, like, I've always kind of like jarred away at remasters to me personally, because I feel like it's just an excuse for them to make the same game and make you pay money for what you already got. And that was the argument at first. But after I heard that Sonic Ultimate bombed, I was kind of relieved, but at the same time I was sad because I'm like, I like this Sonic game. If you're gonna fuck up a Sonic game, make it at least a bad one. But no, they touched on one of my personal favorites. So I'm split. I'm happy because I didn't want to spend money for a goddamn remaster anyway, but I'm sad because you messed up my favorite. Now, I heard a lot of people who are like, well, it's going to increase in the patch. It's going to get better in the patch. The patch will fix everything. My problem is that what we've come down to in this like day and age?
yes,
Relying on a patch in order to
yes.
imagine remember the days before we had that luxury where
Sonic
whatever game you get, that's what you get. That's it. You get what you get and don't throw a fit.
You know what's funny about that statement, Tyron?
What?
Sonic Colors Wii didn't have that. Sonic Colors Wii was literally right from the box. That's it.
It was
and
already
then
perfect.
This remake, this 1-to-1 remake with some additional content, is requiring patches.
And I think that's what I'm saying. It was like if it ain't broke.
Well, the problem. Okay, here's the problem with that. Okay, so let's deep dive into what kind of things you need to remaster a game. Okay, usually these games are written in C++. However, though, you have to remember that Sonic Colors is a Wii game. So what does that mean? Input controls have to be changed. You have to change the calls for system because it's a power PC versus a more portable code that can run on more platforms. Because remember, Switch uses NVIDIA the NVIDIA Tegra X1, which is an ARM chip, and you have the other platforms, which is like PC, PS4 and Xbox One series, which is x86. So you have to make sure the code is more portable for that. Then you have to take then of course if you want to do a remaster, you have to redo the assets, and you have to go digging around and see if you have those assets, and if you don't, you have to create them, because there's a lot of things where people would port game or companies would port games and they had to redo the assets because guess what, the fucking assets were lost or they were in a fucking low resolution, so they had to create new shit. So yeah, and on top of that, you have to be you are crunched for time for the both the investors, for the the investors first and foremost, the operating cost for the company, and the advertising, and then of course you have to, and of course a lot of companies, well, they have to turn a profit, so okay, we have to do this as quickly as we can, and then say, okay, we got to press it on the discs or whatever, press it on the cartridges, and okay, it's going to be like 2 months out or a month out so that we could ship it on time, and then we could think about doing patches later. That's the whole thing. That it's a vicious cycle that unfortunately we've had to deal with in the industry in the last 5 to 7 years, and it's not going to change.
I think what just sucks the most with this port is that you could tell that this shit was the thing that happened with this is that it was trying to come out for so many goddamn consoles and PC. So that means they had to make different components for each different console. A Xbox console, a PlayStation console, a Switch console, and then the PC in itself, So they had to port these games to all these devices. Alongside that as well, another issue to also note about this is that the company that's working on this as well is titled Blind Squirrel Games. And their reputation isn't exactly a very well received one because many people might not know of this, but Blind Squirrel Games were the ones who worked on handling the Switch port of WWE 2K18. And many people already know of the history of that title. So yeah, it didn't leave a good impression overall for folks out there, and that's what kind of led to a lot of just talk, regarding this company and all, and just how it was being handled, and then even finding out that they didn't even credit a particular engine at all.
Okay.
So let me
I'm
go
going
and
to talk
find
about. So it's called the Godot engine, and now on one hand they're not totally fucked, but on the other hand they are. So the Godot engine is using the MIT license, the permissive MIT license, which is of course which is a free and open source. However, though it's not as restrictive as the GPL or the GNU public license. So the license grants that you could use the Godot engine for any purpose. You could study how it works and change it, and you can distribute unmodified and changed versions of the Godot engine even commercially and under a different name. Now, here's the paragraph that you have to read. The only restriction is that to that third freedom is that you need to distribute the copyright notice and license statement of the Godot engine whenever you redistribute it. So your derivative product may have a different license, but should still state in the documentation that it derives from the MIT licensed Godot engine. So essentially they didn't fucking do that, which is against the MIT license that the engine has.
Mm-hmm.
So now if it was GPL like 3, that would be totally fucked because the GNU public license says that they have to provide source code. And actually, if you look back at the Nintendo consoles, the NES Mini and the SNES Mini, technically Nintendo has their own open source repositories for the software that was used, because they do use a version of Linux, and they have a separate menu for the open source licenses. And actually, a lot of games do that as well. Any game that uses any GNU open source licensed products, like even like let's say Bash, Bash is a Bash shell. But like SSL, like OpenSSL, or some other things. If you go and look through your Nintendo mini consoles, you'll see the open source license thing in the menu. But they have to provide that. They have to provide that and source code for GPL because that was under GPL. MIT, you don't necessarily need to provide the source code, but you do have to put the license somewhere in the game. And they didn't fucking do that.
And I think they said they made a in-house engine or something of that sort.
Which they're claiming it as their own. But that doesn't matter. Even if you make it, as I read before, if you make a derivative engine, you still have to put the fucking license code in the, you still have to have the link or the mentioning of the license in the game, which they don't.
And I mean, I can point off a few other things that I noticed in this game as well too. Just they're little things, but I noticed, like, for example, there is some areas in the game that apparently Sonic can't go through. But the reason he can't go through them is because they had put in the Jade Wisp. Now, if you don't know what the Jade Wisp is, it's a new wisp that they wanted to introduce for the addition of Sonic Ultimate, Colors Ultimate. But it's very clear this thing wasn't meant to be in the game.
The levels weren't built with it in mind.
No, the levels weren't built with it in mind. So what this thing does allows you to literally go through walls. It's a ghost. It allows you to literally slingshot your way through walls. I saw a situation where Sonic is like, I could easily, like, looking at it, I can easily see Sonic can press B. You can press B and, like, slide under this crevice that Sonic would normally be able to slide under. But for some reason, the game kept blocking Sonic, and he can't go through it. What you have to do is get the Jade Wisp to go through that one. The problem is, it looks like every crevice in the game, every goddamn last one that Sonic can normally press B and do a slide, the Sonic slide or whatever the fuck you want to call it. He could do that normally, but for some reason, because the Jade Wisp is introduced, they won't let Sonic pass that particular wall. The beat is dope, though. The Jade Wisp is bopping. Which, that is one good side about, well, that's one of the few good sides about Colors Ultimate soundtrack, but, I mean, you could download the soundtrack.
Yeah, and the OST is coming out in a couple of weeks anyway,
the OST
so
is coming out.
Just get the OST at this point. But
I want to talk about some positives, though, because there's actually some things that are added to this that I think are pretty fucking cool. So, I think the soundtrack is a good addition to transition over.
I do want to bring a criticism on that, though.
Go ahead.
You can't toggle between the new and the old.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, you can't go between new and old. But what I think is a cool addition. So, normally when Sonic goes to a hub world, you go through Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, all the way up to Act 6, and then you fight the boss, right? That's normally how you would go at that. So in Acts 1, 2, and 3, in the original Sonic Colors Vanilla, the music would change from Act 1 music, Act 2 remix, and Act 3 remix. That's usually how every stage goes. With Act 4s, 5, and 6 kind of just looping over. Act 4 is usually Act 1, Act 5 is Act 2, and Act 6 is Act 3, right? That's usually how they did it. And Sonic Colors Ultimate, Act 1 is the same as it was in the vanilla version. Act 2 is the same as the vanilla version. Act 3 is the same. Act 4 is the new remix. Act 5 is the new remix, is a second remix, and Act 3 and Act 6 is a third remix. So let's use Planet Wisp for example. That means in Planet Wisp for Acts 4, 5, and 6, you're getting 3 new songs in addition to the old songs which are in Act 1, 2, and 3. Which I think is a good touch. It means that every act has its own remix, technically.
Big or that. Short, yes.
That is good. That is really cool. It does make it kind of weird for short levels, though, that, you know, that means short levels get very little time to listen to the music, but I guess that's what the soundtrack is for. Another cool feature that I think can look really well if done correctly, unfortunately it's got glitches behind it too, but I'm trying to be positive here. Sonic gets these cool little gloves and shoes and aura that you can customize using the, what's known as the, park points. They're these little medallions that exist throughout the level. If you get enough of them, then you can go ahead and purchase different types of shoes, aura, gloves, shit to customize your Sonic to make them look a little different And some of them look a lot like the Super Smash Brothers palette swaps, which I think is kind of cool. I don't know if that was intentional or not. But I like the attention to detail.
Yes.
I don't know if this is a positive or not. Technically, it breaks the game a little bit more. Tails. Talk about him. Sonic doesn't have lives anymore, technically. He has a Tails feature. What this is if Sonic falls in midair and to his death, Tails will come in and save him and drop him off at the nearest landing location. So this kind of takes out the whole point of checkpoints. Checkpoints were supposed to, have Sonic show up where he was. But Tails drops him off. The problem with this, it breaks the game a lot.
To the point that certain 2D levels become 3D.
3D levels, yes. And Sonic will control as if he's controlling in 3D in a 2D section, and thus Sonic can fall in the foreground and background. He can die in the foreground and background because Tails dropped him off. Well, deal with it. There's also other sections where if Tails drops you off, all items and enemies reset, which means if you got a red ring at one point in the game, even if you pass the checkpoint, if you die, Tails will drop Sonic off, and the red ring will be there as if he never got it. Holy shit. I thought we were talking about positive shit. Well, one positive is that Metal Sonic is in my area and wants to fuck. Do I accept? Yes or no? God! So there's rival races, which are essentially time attack mode. It's you versus Metal Sonic in a very niche-ass race in one of the acts. Only one, by the way. Only one. Only one. Out of all 7 stages in a hub world, only one. One random-ass one.
Sonic, by the way, I just want to say this. I hate how it looks like a spam in your game.
Yeah, that's why I made the joke that Metal Sonic wants to fuck in your area.
Yeah, Metal Sonic offers you the boof. Do you accept, man?
It looks like one of those virus pop-up blockers.
Pretty much.
You won $1,000. Do you accept or some shit? Yeah.
And congratulations, you won a free iPod Nano.
Yeah, that's literally
it's literally what it is. That's exactly what it is.
And the worst part about it is that there's it just pops. It doesn't notify you or anything. It just pops whenever the hell it feels like it.
And he completely fucks with the game. So when Metal Sonic races you, when the race starts, normally Sonic is supposed to start the race off jumping into a level or pointing at one. But sometimes it won't load Sonic's model. So sometimes you get this nothing, then you get a popped shadow of Sonic, then you see Sonic finally land. And I'm like, what the fuck? Or there's situations where Metal Sonic's fire that's on the back of his ignition shows off as a flat fucking image instead of a fire image. So now we see this triangle that's orange and yellow in the back of Metal Sonic. This is a mess. This is an absolute mess. And when Sonic or Metal Sonic wins the race, there's no music that happens. So or sometimes the music does happen if it wants to, I don't know. And it's so weirdly abrupt. It fucks with the sound. It makes it so that you can only hear in your left ear and sometimes, or your right ear. Sometimes noises will fade out. When Sonic does his good, great, awesome, outstanding, amazing. When he does that, sometimes we'll get this little moment. Good, great, awesome, outstanding, amazing. Oh my God, what the fuck?
And he's not kidding about that. There are videos showing that shit off. It's absurd.
How did this get released?
I thought we were out of that age of, because you would think Sega would learn from what happened a decade and some change ago.
Cyberpunk 2077 exists, so we haven't learned anything.
No, but see that's that other company, and we don't talk about them no more, unfortunately. But the thing is, you would think Sega at least would have learned. Well, see, look, Forces isn't a bad, it isn't a horribly polished, okay, let me put it this way. It is not a mess in terms of how graphically runs.
It's a boring-ass game.
It's just
but
boring.
It's still complete.
Yeah, it runs perfectly. There's nothing graphically glitch wise, unless you go out of your way to do it.
Yeah,
That
unless you like
you
purposely.
know, it's a really
Sonic
good
Colors
polish.
Ultimate any percentage glitch speed run.
Yeah, seizure percent run. Let's get going, chat. We're gonna be like those Simpsons in that one shit when that shit shows up and we're on the floor just going blah, blah, blah. But like the point of the matter is, like yes, Sonic Forces is a bad game in terms of just being a boring game. But if you think about it, is it actually bad in terms of graphical issues,
Oh, no, it's
all
a
that stuff?
functioning game.
It
It's just
functions.
boring.
It's
That's
just
all. Yeah.
exactly. So in that aspect, it still passes. Well, on that bit, Sonic Colors Ultimate is a pre-existing game that is now being remade for the current systems, and everybody knew it as a good time. So you would think that would also transition over properly to this era. Sadly, we live in a time where we have to say it kind of didn't, though. So unfortunately, Sonic
The
Colors
squirrels
Ultimate.
ate all their nuts and went home.
I just feel bad because like this is Sonic, man. Sonic can't ever win, man. I'm so sad for this hedgehog. I feel so much pity for this goddamn hedgehog.
To me, this is a weird loss. It's a loss by perception because if you don't like this, obviously, you can play Sonic Colors, the original.
It's available for you there.
You
If you have a
can play
Wii,
it.
just get
If
it.
you have a Wii U still, you can play it because Wii U is backwards compatible. Or if you want to play the Dolphin emulator and set the resolutions like I did, thanks UTSS, you can play what I feel is the best version of that game. Oh God, I'm still loving how good that version is. I hate that the Dolphin version of Sonic Colors is so good. Like I literally beat it this morning, and I'm like, and I was happy. Like it's so weird. I'm like, I'm really happy. This is a good game. And then I looked at Ultimate, and I was like, oh shit, oh shit, damn.
And
Whoops.
the sad part is, it's a good game that got now bad
Yeah.
recognition.
I
Because
just
of
want to
its port.
I want to let the public know from a person who's played a lot of Sonic games. Sonic Colors is a good game. Don't let Ultimate screw your perspective. Thank you. Don't let it screw your perspective of it. Sonic Colors is a good game. Trust me. It's what happens when you fix what isn't broken.
Well, they should have had Retro Studios do the port.
Yes.
Or
Definitely.
the panic button, the ones who were responsible for the Doom ports on Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, I want to push the panic button.
So, with all that being said, ladies and gents, we only got one
Well,
important thing to say.
the squirrels are going to get their nuts cut off, and then they're going to go out of business. So.
Yeah.
Man, listen, I never want to see them going that route. It is unfortunate to see that company have this
Nut cutting
recognition.
time.
I mean,
But to
didn't
be
we
fair,
hear
they
these
also
similar-
made WWE 2K18 as well, ported for the
Didn't
Switch.
we hear these similar problems with Mario All Stars?
No, because no.
Yeah, I know. I heard Mario All Stars had a shit ton of problems.
Oh no, it didn't have a shit ton of problems. It's
No.
more so that the Nintendo 64 version of Super Mario 64 wasn't based on the original version, but rather the re-release.
It was based off of the 1997 Japanese release, which took out the backwards long jumps.
And of course,
and then of course,
and full screen
yeah,
wasn't available.
and then there were some minor issues with I think it was Sunshine, but those got
Sunshine had a
corrected.
lot. Well, like your
But the thing is though, Nintendo R&D did that in fucking house.
yeah.
That was
That's
by their
I remember
hands. They took the time.
Floods controls were inversed and shit. That was weird.
Oh no, but that's only because it was built with the Pro controller. If you use the Nintendo GameCube controller, it functions
fixed
as it
it,
used
yeah.
to. So
Yeah, they fixed
there's
it.
nothing necessarily wrong with it. It's more so having to readjust to the new controller.
Well, and
settings.
also you have to remember that technically the Pro controller does their triggers are digital controls as opposed to analog controls.
But if you do have an SN30 Pro, though, the triggers actually get converted into GameCube controllers, which I thought was pretty cool there.
Yeah.
Because these have the sensitive feel to them. So that's what made that Sunshine run so much more fun the last time we played.
Super Ollie Galaxy had its some problems
Well,
too.
Sunshine ran on 30 FPS on the GameCube anyway.
I
Mm-hmm.
remember Galaxy. They said Galaxy had its own problems too, but it was mostly with the
Motions,
star thing. Yeah, the motion thing, the star thing.
the star bits. Yeah.
Yeah, because you had because I think it's under gyro control now for the Wiimote. I mean, not
Yeah.
for the Wiimote, for the
Unfortunately,
Switch controller.
we don't have the other thing compared to the Wii. The
Yeah, and it basically if you're left-handed, you're screwed. You can't. You're fucked.
Yeah, there were limitations, and even say for like the re-release of Skyward Sword HD, which is $60, and for the most
Oh
part,
my
that game
god.
is literally just the same thing with some very very minor tweaks. But here, the thing about those two titles, though,
Mm,
they're polished. They're
yeah.
actually there. Sure, they might not
Yeah, they
have
don't have
anything
like glitches
necessarily
out the
new.
ass.
They
Yeah.
might have like maybe a glitch or two. That's understandable. Every game does that. But it doesn't give me an epilepsy attack of any sort, like with what's going on with this game. And unfortunately, when I say that, the big issues that we saw with the Yuzu emulator, unfortunately, the Switch version can still get that shit as well. Not to that magnitude, but it could still happen though. So keep that in mind as well, chat. In regards to getting Sonic Colors Ultimate, it's just absolutely horrifying to see this shamefully
Well, you
happen to
can't.
a good Sonic game.
To answer Fire Stripes here, it's not a lazy port because technically the Super Mario All Stars, no, sorry, the Super Mario 64 port was based off of the Japanese version, so they did have to they also had to redo the dialogue as well to map the controls
And even had
because
to make some
yeah.
new little like the new press start button compared to what it was beforehand.
Yeah, because they had to take the Japanese release and convert it to international. But also, like I said, they had to go through the dialogue and change the button mappings and the button references. So you can't really call that a lazy port because they technically did have to go through the source code again.
And most importantly, it functions. That's the most
Yeah,
important thing. It
yeah,
functions.
it works. It works. I mean, obviously, good to get lag, but I mean, that's the whole thing.
And I think the originals also had a bit of it here and there anyway, depending on how much graphical
Well,
fidelity
yeah, I mean,
happens.
I mean, I mean, to be fair, like I said, it's like she on the original version, you're lucky if you get 30 or even 20 FPS,
Mm-hmm.
and you get slow down too. Like dips down to like 22 FPS and like dire docks and shit. So, well, on N64 hardware.
Yeah, so as we stated before, chat, with Sonic Colors Ultimate, it is sad to see certain things happen, but that's just something that we'll have to wait and see what goes down for the developers soon with the Squirrels and Sega themselves as well as they try to tweak this up. But it is just sad to see that it kind of had to come out in this state, and unfortunately, the damage has been done. No matter
I'm
how
wondering.
you
I'm
turn it.
wondering. I'm wondering if they couldn't get the patch done in time for the digital deluxe release, which was the week early, like
The
like
thing
5 days
is,
early.
I think it's more so like they're still gonna release it on technically the day one because people got it in day -7 or something like that. You know what I mean? Because they
Yeah.
got it early. I'm assuming these patches will come out, and I think there were already patches that were released for the pre-release of Sonic Colors Ultimate. So that just kind of makes you wonder what the actual patch when it fully comes out on day one for all users will be like, and how it'll affect sales overall as well as another thing too. So
If they truly can fix the game with an update, then people should still purchase it.
yeah,
But
now Sleeping Esper, you brought up a good point. There was actually a dude out there who legitimately called out Sonic Colors Ultimate a month in advance, and nobody believed him at the time. And then when all this shit played out the way it did, everybody started seeing his tweet again, and they're like, "Oh shit!" This shit was talked about a month ago. Which is, let me see right here, where they say Sonic Colors Ultimate is another Sega scapegoat scandal in the making, and I'm about to line up just why that is. All the pieces are falling into place for this to be a potential mess for another studio who was foolish enough to cross the path of Sonic the Hedgehog. This was posted on July 31st. And he goes and talks about Blind Squirrel Games. They talk about the practices with Sega. They talk about certain games ported and all that, how it functions with other studios, and they just straight up called out on the fact that this game was going to be poor, and lo and behold, it sadly did. So, with that being said, ladies and gents, I recommend you save your money for Super Monkey Ball HD, and
Buy
also
Cruise and
cruising.
Blast.
Cruising.
Buy Cruise and Blast next week.
Yo, TSS, are you excited? They announced that after this
Yes.
game is coming out, they're going to think about working on
Yeah,
online
Eugene
play.
Jarvis is one of the best people. I mean, he worked on the original. He was on Midway for the original cruising games, and to have Cruisin' Blast run at 1080p 60 on the Switch when the hardware in the arcade is x86, that tells you that their team did a hell of a job in porting this game. And they said that even in handheld mode, it's going to run 720p 60 and 30 FPS in multiplayer. Because hey, well, remember, we're going to go back to the N64 days where they're going to have four-way split screen multiplayer. That's going to be fucking crazy.
I'm just saying, man, when that online comes out, know for a fact we're playing that shit day one when that patch
fun.
releases.
Yeah, so buy Cruise and Blast if you want online.
Also, theoretically, it is a Nintendo IP as well, because Nintendo also helped out with this, from what I read in the article too.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
And also buy the fucking game so we can get remasters of USA World and Exotica.
Oh my
Because
god,
I want that shit.
the N64 releases, bro. If they bring that shit over, I'm gonna cry tears of joy because I used to.
Well, we're gonna have. Well, just imagine this. Just imagine Cruising USA, Cruising World, and Cruising Exotica 60 FPS
on
that's
one
gonna
console.
be
On one console.
on one card. They could probably fit it on one cartridge.
Maybe. I'd rather they take their time, of course. For now, I'm gonna
Yes.
just enjoy the new games. I can't wait to ride on my unicorn and break through glass with it while also racing against the goddamn tank.
Yeah.
I just want the one song. I want to be with you.
As you hear glass shattering in the background.
And live in harmony.
But oh wow, we got a lot of viewers up here. We got up to
Yeah.
65. Hello everybody. We
Yeah.
hope you guys been enjoying the show thus far. Thank you
Chicken
guys for
ass.
tuning in.
Chicken
So yeah, ladies and gents, make sure to get yourselves cruising when it comes out
Blast.
late.
Cruising.
Cruising Blast when it comes out later this month. We're not far from it. And TSS, I assume-
9/14.
and I'm assuming you're going to do a playthrough of that, aren't you, TSS?
Yes,
yes.
yes. Actually, I'm gonna plug that right now.
required.
So tomorrow on my channel, we're gonna be playing Cruising USA and Cruising World for 2 hours, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern, and then the following week on the 14th, on launch day, I will be playing it from 8 to 10 Eastern on my channel, Cruising Blast.
And Donnie,
Thank
thank
you, Don.
for providing the link.
Thank you, Donnie, my right hand man and my Twitch drug dealer.
Cruising.
Yes. So if you like cruising, you'll play that. You'll watch that, and like I said, show your support to Eugene Jarvis. He deserves he and his team over at Raw Thrills deserves every single point of praise, because it's really crazy. If this results in online and then the ports of the first 3 cruising games to Switch, it's gonna be a great year.
The cruising IP is gonna come back and is gonna thrive once again, man.
Oh,
At
yeah,
least on
dude, it's
consoles.
like-
But it is kind of crazy to see that all of this kind of happened because of the situation we find ourselves in. Because they wanted to try to find ways to bring this out to a bigger market. And given that people still kind of have a bit of skepticism with them,
People
trying to
can't go to
arcades.
the arcade, so it's nice that Raw Thrills and Eugene.
Yeah,
Or
and even
bringing the game
Nintendo as
over.
well came in and were like, let's get this shit on consoles. Let's make this on the Switch. Here we go, boys. And here we are currently right now with this. So, yeah, we'll see where things go for cruising. I'm excited to see it myself. Can't wait to play the game. Also $40, I believe, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Which, if you do buy it
That's not
on
a bad
Best Buy
price.
when it first dropped, I think you even got a discount or a $10 gift card along with it.
Yeah. Because once because the first few days after it was announced on BestBuy.com, you could have bought the game for $40 and got a free $10 Best Buy gift card.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, make sure to buy Cruising. Spend a lot of good money on some good games. And if you need more racing game in your lives, check out the Cruising series, man. Just saying.
Yay.
All right, then. So, I'm now going to go and grab things and set it all up because obviously we got ourselves a very beefy session to talk for tonight.
Evo, if you ask me that question next week, I'll answer it.
But let me just make sure I got everything right and dandy over here with this one. There we go. Just want to make sure I got all the episodes up and running here. All right, perfect. We
Mhm.
should be good to go now. All right, so with that
Oh,
being said, shall we begin our return to the world of Pokemon in our latest episode
Pokemon.
review of
Yeah, let's go.
PM 2019, ladies and gents? So, this week's episode focuses on Koharu and Eevee, as well as Go and Satoshi, heading off to the wonderful world of the Johto region to go and check up on something because apparently an Umbreon and Espeon are being very admired over there. I can actually go into more specifics here when I get this image and or this stuff here in the background, but basically just know that given that they're focusing on evolutions, that means that Koharu will, for a fact, will be getting herself involved, thanks to Eevee also wanting to learn a little bit more about the evolutions, given that the concept of the Eevee trying to figure out what it wants to be is still a story that's being told. So yeah, they visit this place called the Eclipse Castle that resides in the Johto region so that they can meet an Eevee or Ef. How do you say it in
Okay,
Effie?
it's Effie and Blackie.
Okay, Effie and Blackie, aka
Hey, you know what? That weirds me out. That weirds me out that Espeon's name is the closest to Eevee. I always thought Espeon's name was something like Espy or Psyche or something. Because the Eevee's evolution's names are always so basic. It's just like Thunder or fucking
All right, I can.
How is
Well,
their
let's rattle them off right now. You have Booster, Showers, Sun, Thunders. You have Effie, Blackie. You have Glacia, Leafia, Nymphia.
Oh, that's
And I-
Sylveon, right? Nymphia.
Yes.
Testosteronia, whatever it is. I don't call that.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Well, let me see. That's 8. So yeah, I think that's all of them.
I gotta give it to America on this one. America kind of nailed the whole Eevee evolution naming thing.
They
did a
just
better job.
simply did. Hey, let's just put an Eon at the end.
Yeah,
while
let's
trying
put
to make
Eon at the end of everything and call it a night.
Yeah.
We already did that. It's called Umbreon. Shit.
But continue TSS.
Go ahead,
What's the
TSS.
reasoning behind the FE then?
That's a good question. I mean, maybe that I don't maybe it's a loan. Maybe it's based off of a loan word that I'm not 100% sure. But no, but those are the names. Those are Effie and Blackie.
Okay. So I just
So-
wanted to make sure on that bit there. But as
Effie.
I'm continuing on from the summary here, believe it or not though, there they find a girl named Haruhi who looks exactly like Koharu. Oh, it's one of those plots. Okay, we'll talk about that a little bit, but I do want to address this real quick. Haruhi tells them that she'll be appointed as the new mistress of the Eclipse Castle by properly running the Eclipse Festival that takes place there. But as everyone continues the preparations for the festival, a shady-looking boy watches the castle intently from the top of a tree. And now then, with that summary out of the way, let's jump right into tonight's review. And I want to kick things off real quick and talk
Sure.
a little bit about the concept of duplicates in the show. Because this isn't the first time we've had it and will never be the last time. Because, as you know, we have millions of Joys, millions of Jennies in the Unova region, million of Don Georges for all we know. This kind of thing has happened and even has happened to a main protagonist in the past. Max was one of them in AG
Hell,
to
Mr.
some
Good Show has
extent.
like a double, I think.
And Dawn, if you recall, in Diamond and Pearl with the Togekiss episode, that was also another one where we got to see some duplicates happen and play out too. So we now move on into the world of journeys. And here's my thing about this kind of concept. Normally, I am perfectly fine with a clone character coming through because sometimes I think that can kind of, it can kind of create some cute little comedy moments, and who doesn't like that? And I think they tend to work before in the past. My big issue comes in the part of what would happen if the clone character does better in establishing more of a connection to it than the one we're currently with at this time.
Uh-oh.
And that's my big thing about this episode. Let me come out and say this right now. I loved this week's episode. I genuinely had a really fun time with this episode. And the reasoning as to why this was is because of our character of the day, Haruhi. However, what made it hurt for me the most was when I realized that Haruhi is simply a character of the day. And I feel, in my opinion, and I apologize for those who might feel a little odd by this, I thought she was a better Koharu, man. I wanted to see her travel with Ash and Go, because goddamn, Haruhi sold me with her overall personality, her attitude, the way she just like shows off the body motion. Like if you look at Koharu and Haruhi together, you'll notice that like their hands are in different sides, like the motions that they talk about, the way they speak. There's just so many differences with them.
She's
That they
mature,
do.
Koharu.
Yeah, she's and it makes sense because of course she's being appointed as the new mistress of the Eclipse Castle, so she has to have that kind of adultish style to this character to become the new mistress. So I really liked what they did with Haruhi. There was so much and I think my favorite bit was like her backstory was so cute. I loved it, man. The way she was just skipping on the ground, and then that's how the Espeon evolved, and then like the other Eevee evolving into Umbreon attacking the Crobat. I love that it was so cute and heartwarming and works well with the character that we learned of. But most importantly, she was competent as fuck in this episode, man. Holy damn, I had so much fun watching her kick some ass in this episode because I'm like, why can't I see this with our main girl? Why am I having so much fun with this protagonist? And I'm like, oh my god, I understand why. Because this is maybe not what I wanted to see, but just see the development unfold. This character in one episode established so much and made me enjoy the ride. That's what I loved about it. I love that she had an origin story. I love that she showed off her personality. I love that she showed off her dynamic with the cast. I love that she was able to work on her own with her Pokemon, her Espeon and her Umbreon. I like that even if say for example, if they never swapped the clothes, you knew for a fact that the Espeon and the Umbreon would have come in and wrecked shit up because that's how strong these two are together. Like, she is that good with her Pokemon and her evolutions. She outshined, and as the chat mentioned, she outshined everybody in this episode. And that to me can only be good if the main protagonist that we already had, the original Koharu, was actually good in her own right prior to this episode. But when you have a character that you're still kind of working in and don't really have a basis as to like how she is overall, and then you see this version of a character and you feel that she has done much more, maybe not much more, but just done better story-wise in a singular episode, it kind of makes the one we're currently traveling with that much worse, in my opinion. Because it's like, I want to love Koharu, but then I see this chick over here. And I wanted to see this from her. I wanted to see the adventures of this girl more than the one that we got here currently with. And it's not to shame Koharu's character. I still think Koharu's a fine enough character. There's nothing necessarily wrong with her. The big issue is there's just not enough of her to get an identity with Koharu and what she wants to do moving forward. Whereas with this one, with Haruhi, I felt more of a connection with her character. And I thought she was done beautifully in this episode. That's my take on this one. I had such a fun time watching Haruhi. People call this a Koharu focused episode. This was not the case at all. Because she became a damsel in distress. She got caught. It turns out it was more Eevee focused, honestly, because Eevee also had this weird clairvoyance thing going on as well, where she somehow was able to kind of guess where the hell Koharu was at in a tree, and was like, okay, I'm going to said tree, and just gonna go find Koharu then. And that never gets addressed, but that's only because none of the characters even know what the hell just happened. Only Eevee knew what the hell just happened. Yeah, Eevee had an Ash Greninja moment. We'll talk more about that in just a bit, but yeah, that's just my take on this episode overall. Did I enjoy this episode? Absolutely. I had a really fun time with this episode. Is it bad? No. But does it make the character we're traveling with feel more downplayed as a whole? And that's why I have to say on that bit, yes, I do genuinely believe that it kind of hinders or just not ruins, but it just downplays Koharu as a character. And that's what bums me out the most on that bit. Still a fantastic episode. I would watch this again in a heartbeat. Like, legitimately, I'm not kidding. It was that good, man. So, if I had to give it a rating, I would legitimately give this like an 8.5 or a 9. That's how fun I had with this episode. So, that's my take on it overall. So, I got not much more to say. If there are anything else that either you two bring up that maybe I can jump in or wait for your turns to finish up to where I can address things even a little bit more. But in my opinion, I had a really fantastic time with Haruhi. She was a fun character to watch. Hell, even her smug face she got going on screen is just that great too. So that's my take on it overall. Well, I don't know who wants to go next, TSS or Tyrone. Which one of you two want to go next? Oh, Tyrone.
What do you want?
I'll go.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
I like this episode, first of all.
You see what I mean?
Yeah. It's a generally good episode of Pokemon Journeys. I'm genuinely shocked that the writers, as flighty as the ones in Journeys, actually was able to put together a good episode. I was legitimately impressed. I was like, huh, this is cool. I like the music. The music was bumping. What the fuck? The music was really good for no reason.
And new music as well in this one.
Yeah, they did
3
that
new
for
tracks.
us. And the plot in itself. Now, KG, I know you already talked about this. I want to talk about duplicate characters too.
Okay, no, like I said before, you guys can bring it up whenever you want to. I just want to share my opinion on it. Now,
duplicate characters to me only work personally when they're relatives. For example, this is a very obscure reference, but Brutella, I think her name was Brutella and Nastina, from the original series. The Tentacruel episode, or the episodes where they were in the beach for a little while.
The old ladies, the Baba.
Yeah, they're cousins, I think. They're cousins or sisters or some
Baba.
shit. Yeah. And that was fine. The Nurse Joys and Officer Jennies, they usually are like, yo, that's my cousin Jenny from Viridian City or some shit. Or that's my sister Joy from Pewter City. They always have like a relative thing going for them. I don't really care for when main characters have duplicates, because it implies that their parents fucked somewhere else or something. Like, they look way too similar. I have no problem with characters that look similar to the main character, but they're just different enough to separate them apart. Ergo, Ash and Richie. Ash and Richie look similar, but it's very obvious that Richie is different. He's got red hair instead of black. He's got more hair than Ash. He's got like a different setup, but you can see some similarities. He doesn't have Ash's birthmarks. Like, there's enough to differentiate him. He's a duplicate Ash without being a duplicate Ash. I don't like when you got straight up clone. Cause they do this for that whole, we're girls, ha ha ha, we look similar, let's swap clothes, that'll be fun. Because Dawn did the shit, and I, to this day, don't get the point of the copy Dawn, of clone Dawn. Togekiss, I think. But, yeah, aside from that, I really liked Haruhi's character, like KG already stated. Haruhi's a really good character. It's definitely shown that she is mature enough to take the position of Lord. I do like that they followed back up on the fact that long time ago the ancestor was attacked by his brother, and thus the war starts. The war starts specifically due to the fact that they're infighting between people. And not necessarily one side is wrong or right here. We end up in a deviation in which one side represents the sun while the other side represents the night. The Lord could, in theory, be vulnerable at night if left unguarded. So, a Night Lord is necessary for protection, just like a Day Lord. So, with that being said, it only makes natural sense that Haruhi's main goal as the new Lord is to bring this level of hatred to an end, this cycle of war between night and day, and thus the nomenclature is born. Haruhi ends up meeting, what's his name? What's the damn dude's name? What's the ninja that looks weirdly like Sampi?
The one. Okay, 1 second. I think it's like a ski or Skigi
Katsuki,
or
thank you,
something.
Katsuki.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
Katsuki.
Katsuki and TS says I got a question about Katsuki and Haruhi when later on.
Yeah.
So when he goes in to attack out of malice and humiliation to avenge his fallen like group, naturally it comes off as a fight, but it quails the fighting when Haruhi finds out the exact situation and is able to make peace with this, thus ending what pretty much was known as a long generational feud, and thus you have your night and day. It makes perfect sense that this works out, and thus the plot comes together really well. The downside about this episode is Koharu, Ash, and Go. Why are they here? They don't need to be here. It's got nothing to do with them. Yeah, obviously Koharu and Eevee are supposed to be the spotlight here because of, Eevee evolution. But this plot could have thrived without them. Like, honestly. I think Koharu is obviously, she's just a kidnapped, means to an end. But they solved that so quickly. Literally, Eevee knows where she is, and they get her out, and they make it back to the palace in breakneck pace. Holy shit. I don't know what fucking sonic drugs Koharu and Ash were on, but the minute they freed Koharu out of that string shot, they went, gotta go fast, and then they showed up.
They roll on their dragons, man. That's all.
Right.
That's the only assumption I could come up with, but they don't show it, unfortunately.
They are at the palace like in a dime. After that, though, literally the entire plot that has to do with that, and I find it very fun considering that Arceus Legends is got that whole ancient Japanese thing going. Mm-hmm. So you got this, and it's a nice, it's culture. This episode was very culture filled. I mean, and obviously it's the Johto region, so that's the culture's gonna, be a thing. And I really appreciated that level of how these characters were. Again, Ash, Go, and Koharu are the sore thumbs in this otherwise normal episode. I kind of wish Journey sometimes just had episodes without the main characters in them, because we quickly find out that we don't need them. This whole episode did really well, considering if you delete Ash, Go, and Koharu out of it. Which is sad. That's not supposed to be the case. But that's what happened.
I will say Koharu could still be here, though. I'd still accept Koharu.
It's a good... Yeah, the problem is, though, now that it's another episode. Every time we talk about Koharu episodes, I say this shit every time. Ash and Go don't need to be there. And we've had this weird dynamic where Go can only get good development if Ash is pushed down or suppressed or out of the way. And Koharu can only get development if you delete both the characters completely. You literally have to delete both Ash and Go in order to make for a relatively good episode for Koharu. And that's sad to me. That's really sad. But looking at the positives, I liked that it was a legitimate battle too. The dude had 3 Pokemon on his team. I think it was Ursaring, Ariados, and
Crobat?
Something else. No, Noctowl.
Noctowl.
Yeah.
The Crobat was the
Crobat was from earlier. Yeah.
No, it was from the flashback.
I do love that he flies on the Noctowl too. That was kind of cool. Just they had his arm out.
Well, and plus it's the big one, not
it's rare. It's very rare that you see people literally jump off buildings and use their Pokemon to fly with their arm. That's cool. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's just one thing. Also, I want to point this out now that I just see this. I noticed this opening still has Sobble in it, but the intro has fucking Inteleon.
Oh no, you should realize with all the openings, they're always going to be outdated. They never get updated today. Yeah, it's been like that since opening 1, man.
But overall, I liked the episode. It was actually good. It was legitimately a good episode. Now, granted, obviously the bar is set lower here, but yeah, it wasn't bad. I'll give it an 8. It was decent. You know what? Fuck it. I'll give it a 9. I think it deserves it.
Wow.
I wasn't expecting
you can have it.
No, this is a good episode. Legitimately, this is a soup. And also,
it's actually pretty good.
I wanted to bring up one last thing before I pass to TSS, because Tyrone did bring up something I forgot to mention. I love the ending of this episode, man. that speech she gave at the end honestly was really good towards just how to kind of close things off for the story and the narrative, what they were trying to establish. I had a fun time with it. But yeah, that's just what I want to add
It felt
on
like
that.
I was watching an old Pokemon Japanese tale or something. I wish it had just been that. Like, this felt like it could have been its own little thing, like a Pokemon Japanese anime short or something.
All right, so, well, TSS will take it and pass it to you now, buddy.
Well, I have to say that wow, people must be on the pot brownies. But anyway, it's good. It's good to see finally come back to something good. All right,
You
so
came in the right time, buddy.
at the right time. So, time to put on the old analysis cap and say shit that people might have not noticed. Okay, so first of all, when they first go to the Johto region today and they go to that castle, Satoshi accidentally says Brocky instead of Blackie at the beginning. I'm surprised that they didn't let Rika redub her line there. Himari, the old woman, in the middle of the episode, it sounds like there was like she recorded some of the lines on a cell phone because I hear some like lower fidelity stuff going on. I did appreciate the new tracks in Mahayashi. There's at least like 2 tracks, and I believe 3 of them came from the new batch. Especially one of them that stood out is when Eevee went off the cliff. That was really fucking good. And then the other one is when what the fuck is it? Yeah, whatever the fuck it is. But anyway, so actually that wasn't the main point also. And also before I get into my spiel here, Iwane is actually listed in the credits, so I imagine that he probably did some of the attack animation because there's like a list of maybe like 7 animators, and Iwane was part of it, and maybe he did the watercolor thing at the end because that's what he usually does.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, great animation in this episode. I love the attack animations. Oh my god, Wish! Oh my god, Wish looks so fucking good. Oh my god!
I think that's the first time we see Wish, right?
Yes. Oh my god.
He used it very strategically too. I thought that was pretty
good. That was fucking great. That's top tier. Holy shit.
Haruhi's like battle style is so competent. Like, I loved it. It's like it's an actual system. It's like one is going to be the barrier, one's going to be taking the stat boost and all that, and the other one is the offensive side of things. So you have 2 sides right here helping each other out in a perfect symmetry. And it works so well.
Yes. Now we're gonna get into deep fucking Pokemon lore backstory with this shit. So first of all, I want to give all of my praise to Kana Hawazawa, which is Koharu's VA, because she did some of the best VA work that I've seen in this series. First of all, she did both Koharu and Haruhi in this episode, and let me tell you this: Haruhi uses Kyoto Kansai Ben, which is actually a rare sight for the Pokemon series, even though we've gone through like Johto and stuff. The characters that I can think off the top of my head that have Kansai Ben is Masaki or Bill from episode 12 of the original series, Nanako or Casey from Johto, and the last example of Kansai Ben I could think off the top of my head is when Alternate Reality Serena in XY37, but that was more Osaka Ben rather than Kyoto Kansai Ben. But to have Haruhi, to have Kanazawa go through a conversation with herself in 2 completely different Japanese dialects, that's fucking talent. And I really appreciated that.
I have to applaud her for that. That is true.
Yes. Absolutely. And I think that made it much more enjoyable. And also on top of that, the whole solar eclipse lore, I love that. And then you see at the end where Eevee wears both halves of the pendant. That was fucking great. Like I said, it was all symbolic. I liked the progression. I liked the backstory of Haruhi, and especially, like I said, we get more fucking Johto lore. I mean, this is like shit that we don't even really see. We don't even see this shit in the video games. It's nice to see that we have like Johto lore that's actually being explored. That's not related to any game plot.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I would say, and And the kidnap plot, I mean, it's fine. I mean, I have no issue with that. I think it was actually cool how I think out of all of the duplicate ones, I'd say that well, also you have to remember that in going back to the Hikari double, right? The dialects weren't even that different. It was just more upper class, an upper class dialect, but it's in the same kind of dialect. We're talking about Kanazawa doing two completely different dialects and having a conversation. That's fucking great.
And it works so
Yes.
goddamn
I
well.
Absolutely.
wanna talk quickly about something actually.
Go ahead.
The fact, if anything, I feel now. I already made my comment about my jarring issue with doubles when it comes to main characters, but here I will say there is one benefit to it, only because since Katsuki, since he steals the wrong person, obviously mistakenly stealing Koharu instead of Haruhi, this kind of works in a way in which he's supposed to be like his job is basically an assassin. He's trying to be an assassin. He's trying to steal, he's trying to kidnap the current lord so that he can take it over, and basically he's trying to do a national takeover.
Yeah.
So it makes the main characters look strangely more competent than they intended to be, just simply based off of the fact that they decided to have a double switch close, and thus we end up in this hilarious situation in which the main villain blunders, but not because the main characters are trying to trick him. It's because they just happen to bring a character that happened to look like another character, and thus we wind up in the hilarious mix-up that we got. It's the Team Rocket joke with Pikachu and various other Pokemon, only this time it's done in a way to where it's actually entertaining. Like I can give an example of like in the OG series where they thought they stole Pikachu, only to find out they stole fucking Sandshrew instead. And they get more than what they bargained for because Sandshrew is fully trained and thus beats the shit out of them.
I love that.
Also want to mention that I want to also mention that even though Serena did the same voices and did Osaka Ben, there wasn't actually that many situations where she was on the screen with her original personality at the same time.
No, it was like a minute. That was it.
It was like literally a minute. Here we're talking about like 2/3 of the episode, maybe almost 2/3 of the episode
Also,
we're together doing conversation.
Kuro Blitz just pointed out a good thing. Ursaring is a moon bear, so that makes sense. And then Noctowl's a nocturnal owl. Okay, and then Ariodus is a nocturnal spider bug. So those are all Pokemon that show up at night too.
And Johtomons at that, so consistency.
And those are Pokemon that show up at night. And then Gold, Silver, and Crystal.
Oh god, I don't want to think about spying Ariodus at night.
So overall, fantastic episode. They made a really compelling story, and once again, pendulum shifting to the right fucking area. Thank you. Fucking writing that actually makes sense. 8.7 for this one.
I want to. Wow, even lower than me, huh?
Well, yeah, actually, originally it was lower.
Well, I do want to make it clear, though, the reason that I gave this one a high score only because I know the standard is lower. It's a Koharu episode, so there's no pressure. Ash and Go get noticeably higher scales. Like, for example, I know next week is a Go episode, and thus the scale is higher. And Ash's scale is dramatically higher because he's doing a tournament that I think the show recognizes exists. And I wanted to ask about this too, TSS. I know Haruhi has her name has something to do with morning, and Katsuki's name has something to do with moon, like sun and moon, obviously.
Yes,
night and day.
we did have a note.
How the fuck is this scene gonna translate it on Netflix?
Well, my biggest thing is, are they gonna do the fucking the southern accent shit? Because that's what they normally do with people from Johto. The thing is, though, the problem is everything's gonna be lost in translation. I don't expect them to be.
That's a pretty important scene, considering that kind of clicks off the plot of the ending. The whole reason that she learns about him is oh wait, your name is Katsuki. Katsuki means moon, and my name is Haruhi, which means sun, and thus we have to be together. Here, I like.
Unless they
How's
keep the
America?
names.
Yeah, that's the only way I can think of is if America decides to keep literally all of that. But that's very heavy Japanese dialogue. So
Didn't they actually keep the Gallade trainer's name intact?
they did. They did.
So I mean, they could Rinto if a name like Rinto can be accepted.
Yeah, but I'm saying the only reason for this is because we're talking deep Japanese right here. Rento, like, I can see regular people with Rento name. It would be weird, but it's possible. Haruhi and Katsuki, Japanese lore, and then the meaning.
Well, I mean, they look. I mean, literally, Katsuki looks like a fucking ninja. So it's.
I think they'll just keep the names just for consistency.
I think they'll probably just name. I think they'll just name it a little.
I'm imagining a situation where like Haruhi's like, my name is Haruhi, which means sun, and your name's Katsuki, which means moon. And meanwhile, the 5-year-old sitting in the living room's like, the fuck.
Well, to be fair, we'll see what happens. I mean, like, if you think about it, you say that, but you remember that this show was also designed for 5-year-olds in Japan as well, or younger audiences. So,
no, I'm talking about
family.
the dub. I'm talking about the dub.
I know. You mean like thematically and all that with the
and the dub. I'm talking about in the perspective of a kid watching this on Netflix one Saturday morning and going, "The fuck is she talking about? Sun means sun."
We'll see what happens, man. It's not going to be too far off for that, but it is going to be an interesting one to keep an eye on for when the dub releases. But given that, like the dub episodes for Journeys aren't necessarily bad per se, I think a lot of us can agree it's mostly the music that we tend to have issues with out of everything.
Yeah, I mean the vocal cast is probably some of the best that they've had in years.
Yeah, they're literally working with some really solid ones.
It's literally and I feel really bad when we have 0xx episodes. It's like, dude, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Like we have no freaking music, then we hear the fucking farty synths and shit. Come on.
No, it's the VAs are really the ones that are shining in this one.
Yeah,
I mean, you got so many amazing ones for Go's VA, obviously Satoshi's VA, Koharu or Chloe's VA. They're good. They're very competent, and I believe Chloe's VA is going to do an amazing job in trying to work on both sides here with this one.
Yeah,
no doubt about that. It's just I'm more curious about how this is going to translate, and Tyrone said it best. How this is going to translate towards the. Well, I mean,
to be fair, Jodo's Japanese routes have never been like completely. You can't really write out the Japanese roots in Jodo because it's been like that since the fucking beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to keep the fact that it's Japanese. It looks fucking Japanese.
Yeah. We
know that the region is like what literally like the middle of Japan. So it's like they know. I mean, it's not like, oh, it's a secret. Oh, we got to freaking localize this crap. No, it's no secret that it's Japanese. And you see, it's like a Japanese temple. You have the Japanese folklore, so they have to at least do something to adapt it. If they do a decent job in doing that, then I'll give them more credit. But I'm really not certain at this point. But we'll have to find out in like how long, a year. But we'll see what happens. I'm hoping that they'll actually do something decent with this.
Yeah, we'll see what happens though moving forward. But overall, I am very happy to see that majority of us came out with this episode extremely positive and just overall enjoyed the fact that this episode kind of did what it did, and I think it did it amazingly, especially for Haruhi. I think I enjoyed her character way too much, man. It felt like a nice breath of fresh air after having to go and travel to all these familiar regions and whatnot, and returning characters and returning gym leaders, and it's sometimes just keeping things like this is fine. They got to tell their story. They had I don't know how they did it. Now thinking about it, in 20 minutes they managed to establish all of this and did a really solid job with this character. And I hope this isn't the last time we see Haruhi in the future. I would like to see her come back again. I'm asking, please, come on, give me a swap episode. I really want to see Haruhi and Koharu swap for a day. And I want to see how Haruhi acts along with Ash and Go in a legitimate adventure. Because, like I said, body language is well done here in this episode, because there you could tell just how Koharu and Haruhi have like different motions with their body. Like Haruhi, she's more of elegance, I guess you could say, in a way, in regards
Yeah.
to just having her arms folded and
Mm.
all. And then with Haruhi, she's more of the adventurous side. She will be willing to go out there, but she'll still keep her regal status in check.
Mm.
I like that. I'm and the voices differences, as you stated before, TSS. A much praise to the VA for that as well. There's just so much good about this episode that you can't necessarily be mad 100% about it. It's just more so that I just, like I stated before, my big issue was simply I loved it too much to the point I wanted this character to be with the cast, not the one we're in currently. Because in
Mm.
my head, it became that issue where I was like, bro, this would have been awesome. Like, imagine if Haruhi's whole point was her trying to learn about the world out there before getting herself back into becoming this person in the throne here in this castle. Like her learning about the world out there with her Pokemon and just seeing the different
Mm.
variety of cultures that exist in the Pokemon
Well,
world and keeping that and using that to her goal. Like I had
well,
these minds. Obviously, it's not happening, but it just made me think about that. It made me think about
well,
like what.
maybe this is a little acid test.
Yeah, listen, I'll be fine with it. I'm just saying, I just.
And say, like, hey, do people want a competent Koharu? The answer is yes.
But you know what it is as well that really sold me? It's such a simple thing. I don't know, maybe it's just me. But God, I love that voice of Haruhi so much. It's
Yeah,
the.
I mean, it's like I said, like the Kyoto Kansai band. That's fucking amazing. That's great. Very confident sounding. I love it.
That's what sold it for me. It's that confidence, man. That confidence really pushed this character into legitimately becoming one of my favorites in Journeys, like of
Mm.
all time. And I think this is up there as one of my favorite episodes of Journeys. Honestly, it's just that
Mm.
damn good for me personally. It's not going to top the episode from last week for sure, 100%. But this is still up there as one of my favorite episodes of Journeys, man. And I'm so
Mm.
happy
What
that
was
it
the
is.
episode of last week? Oh,
Intellion.
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 Yeah,
Intellion.
Nigga.
yeah, the 10
Well,
out of 10 episode.
you like that for a weird reason.
Hey, listen, it's like the Hoopa movie, man. Everyone has their reasonings for it.
9-4 for the last week, by the way.
Okay, so see, look, I'm not that far off, Tyrone. So there you go. I gave it a 10. So there you go on that bit.
No, because finally Intellion's mess is cleaned up, and now we finally get to fucking move on.
Hold
Besides-
on. Oh, whoa. Finally cleaned up as opposed to fucking what? We just saw it
Because of
evolve.
Drizzle's
Because-
ugly ass design, man.
because
He hasn't done anything yet. No, don't do that.
No, because I'll tell you why. Because the shit was written before the fucking change.
Nah, I'm not
So-
accepting that. I'm not accepting. It's just one funky ass evolution after.
Then we'll find
episode
out next week,
masses.
Tyrone, and let me prove you wrong. Ding.
That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't fucking mean anything. It's still bad writing. Sable and Drizzle were still poorly written. That doesn't.
Sure.
Him
Yes, it was.
evolving doesn't save it.
Yes, well, yeah. For going forward, yes. Going
It's like,
backwards,
then my
no.
arm got cut off, and then they gave me a prosthetic one and goes, "Well, your arm's fixed." No, it's
Well,
not.
hey, at least you could throw the discus without getting tired. Next.
No, it's not. No, I'm not gonna accept that. TSS is back, all right. TSS is fucking back, all right.
And
Yeah, let's
it's
go.
Tyrone's symmetry with this soul.
Over
as
here
well.
saying that
Let's
just one
go.
shitty ass evolution is gonna save the entire man. Fuck off.
Oh, we didn't say it was going to save it. We just said it
new.
was.
So let's talk about the preview. We're gonna talk about best lizard.
Ghost
being-
mission.
Yes, we're gonna talk about best lizard now being part of the freaking first Project Mew official.
I think
Oh,
in the VA list.
Hey, Cinderace, how you
is
doing
also-
in that? Cinderace, how you gonna be doing in that coffin? You gonna be alright? You're not gonna be used for pretty much ever, so I hope you're comfortable.
I was just gonna say, Cinderace's VA, I think, was confirmed for this upcoming episode too,
Yes.
wasn't it? So I mean, Cinderace and Inteleon dual fighting against.
Yeah, let's fucking go.
Yo, I would listen. I know.
I hope y'all
those-
like that. That's gonna last for an incredible fucking 2 episodes, and then it's gonna be gone.
Hey, let me enjoy what I can for now, because I can't enjoy anything with Go. Damn it. So let me enjoy this dual starters, because at least now I actually have a badass bunny and James Bond / whatever you want to call.
Oh
this.
my god, and the voice. Oh god.
Isn't that an entirely new VA for that voice?
Yes, they're two different. Yes, they had 2 different credits last week. You had the old one, and now you have Go's, which is a new one.
Yeah, which is absolutely hilarious to me that they got a
Yes,
brand
very
new VA
smooth. Yeah,
for
very
just that
smooth.
voice.
That's
So
awesome. It's gonna be great.
yeah, so let's see how it goes. First trial mission is gonna shape up in this upcoming episode of PM 2019. Will it be good?
Probably not.
Well,
Yeah,
we'll
it'll be
see.
fine.
I
It'll be
think it'll be
fine.
decent. I'm liking that. Listen, the only thing I just ask as we continue to progress further is that they kind of like what they did before in the past with Go being on his own episode and Ash just not even being present. Let's just let Go kind of just take that thing by himself
Yeah,
now.
let's focus on the Project Muse shit because we haven't gone there in like about 10 episodes. So
Yeah, and I just want Go to sort of do things on his own. Like I don't like as Tyrone said before. It's if you're gonna downplay another character, and given that you've already done in Journeys remove characters like Satoshi, then
yeah,
let Go take care of this shit by himself. I did see a magazine poster that came out recently for Pash, I think it is, that
yes,
had a poster with the Project Mute characters and only Go and Inteleon. So I mean, maybe in a future episode we might just see Go by himself in this one, which
yeah,
would be
and I'll
the
be happy, and I'll be happy about that.
yeah. And I'm just saying I need to see them actually start taking the approach for the better with this
Yes,
story, at least with
which
the
is
project.
yeah. So now we're gonna see how they're going to focus it on the Project Mu and also the World Championships. Well, again, it's like I think, like I said, we got to look at what the future will bring. We have to look at the episodes. We have to look at what is coming up in the future. But we'll
Mm-hmm.
see about next week. Next week, based on the based on that preview, that looks really good. Think I'm going to enjoy it. I'm excited for that preview.
I am too. I think it legitimately could be a good episode. Will it deliver? We just have to
Let's
wait
see.
and find out for this
We
one.
got to wait for Friday. So it's
Exactly.
awesome. Like I said, we're gonna have more of the sexy Inteleon voice.
I'm gonna hate the dub if they take that shit
Oh
out, man.
God, no!
Oh my god, I'm gonna be so mad if they take it out, man. Look, they
Oh,
took out
no,
Grookey's voice, man.
yeah,
That's what
yeah,
pissed
they
me
did,
off.
and I was like, and it's fucked up because it's like rookie. It sounds like Grookey, but
They literally made that Japanese VA say the English name.
yeah, they literally made it like that because it didn't say Nori or Saru or some shit. They said Grookey, like Rookie,
Yeah,
and like a rough tone.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not either. I'm just mad and disappointed. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I ain't even mad at you. I'm just
Well, to be fair,
disappointed.
yeah, as Nessa also pointed out, they redubbed Riolu, but hey, that's Christina V. At least Christina V is solid. She's
Yeah,
great.
yeah, I can't doubt on that bit. So, but it's
Yeah.
still just questionable that they changed it in the first place.
I think again, I think it has to do with the contracts with the voice actors themselves and also the production company. No, well, their agents. I think the major part is the agents.
Mm. So there probably
The
is not like
agents
a
and their
good connection.
probably not licensed. Yeah, they're probably not being compensated or licensed for international use.
Damn, that's unfortunate. Unfortunate to see. I don't know why I say
Oh yeah.
unfortunate.
Oh wait, wait a minute. They redubbed Pikachu and what? Okay, now we're gonna have to fucking fight.
Oh,
Oh
goes
shit!
Pikachu and Raichu.
How dare you take out Raichu's VA, man? That makes no sense at all. Wait, did they do that for Bisky's Raichu? And
No,
they didn't,
no,
right? They
they
kept
kept
that.
it.
Yeah, Biscuit's Raichu's still the same.
So why would they replace? What the?
No.
I think it's because the Raichu that Go has is a different VA than a regular Raichu.
But
Probably.
it says Raichu though. It's like it's right there. Oh god damn! And Chloe's Eevee too. Okay, the dub. Listen, the dub's already. We
Pikachu's evolutionary
Well,
line.
I mean, to be fair, like I said, they did the same thing. They did the same thing with Lana's Eevee. They changed the voice because it was like a Wakana. They didn't keep her voice in Sun and Moon either.
Actually,
in
funny.
English.
Pikachu's entire evolutionary line is one of the few full evolutionary lines that keeps its full Japanese and English name the whole time. Pichu, Pikachu, and Raichu are all in Japanese.
But that's actually not true because Gizami
I said
Pikachu
one
was
of the
actually-
few.
Oh,
Pichu's name in Japanese is still Pichu.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the voice. I mean, the only thing.
No, I don't know. I don't care about the voice. I'm talking about the name spelling.
okay.
It means that all like it means it's easy to translate because all they have to do is just have the voice actor say Pichu. They can have them say Pichu in both languages.
Yeah, and like TS has stated before, unfortunately,
It
contracts
has
seem
to,
to play
yeah, it
a
has
role.
to do, yeah, it has to, yeah, because it has to do with the VAs. Because, like I said, back in the day, they were contracted differently than what they are now, and also, like I said, they are sometimes like out of like 81 produce, I think these are just like guest VAs that are coming in to work for 81 produce, but they're not actually for 81 produce, so they don't have the same kind of licensing that the normal VAs do. So
Which sucks.
Funny enough, though, the Nidoran line, all 6 of them.
Azure Samurai, no,
names are the
that is not true, because if you look at the Taiwan discs for like AG and DP, what they do is they have Mandarin voice actors and actresses basically say the same they make Japanese voices, like the same Japanese voices, the cries, but there are different VAs. Like one of them is like Naiteru. In Mandarin it sounds exactly the same, but it's a different voice actor.
Mm-hmm.
But basically the Mandarin version imitated the cries of the Japanese, but they used Chinese actors and actresses.
Huh.
Yes. So there we go. There's your freaking tip of the day. Your freaking tip of the day for fucking Pokemon there. So there we go.
All right, so there we go, ladies and gents. So far, I think it's safe to say we wrapped up our story for tonight's session of the pod. TSS, welcome back, buddy. As you can tell,
thank you very much.
Sometimes things change, but oftentimes it's better to see similarities continue on.
Also, like I said, we need more of the driving force people, and like I said, I want to once again thank Kay for coming in here and substituting for me while I was gone. I really appreciate it. Yeah. She's a cool lady. She deserves what she has right now. She's very energetic. She's very she has admittedly a little bit more wit than I do sometimes, but hey, I can pass on to that. Hey, but I really appreciate
that, though, don't we? A nice little variety in life is always
exactly. Yeah, exactly. I like to have I like to have her on the show while I'm on the show at the same time. That'll be pretty freaking good. That'd be
God.
Very nice. Very, very nice, battle of testosterone versus estrogen. That'll be pretty cool.
What unusual.
I could have just said battle of adrenaline and called it a day.
I thought you were battle of the sexes would have been fine, but that too as well.
No, I mean, hey, it's like we have to have that sort of thing, because we both have the driving forces. It'll be cool to like clash together, and that'll make it great entertainment.
You're acting like I don't bring energy to this shit.
Yeah. But like some people say, you hit different.
I guess
you have a different style to you.
Hey, that's a compliment. You hit different.
Yeah,
I like that.
I guess.
Yes.
I'm sure I'll take it. Whatever.
Yes, it's a compliment. 100%.
Can someone post how the picture of Obama putting the medal on somebody? TSS put the medal on me, but Happy have like a bewildered thanks. Thanks.
You're very welcome.
I'll take it.
I'll take the compliments, I guess.
A W is a W, I guess.
Yes.
Yes.
A W in any sort of way is a W.
Yeah. All right.
The magnitude of this W is a very questionable one, but hey, I'm okay with that.
But I'm sure Kay will definitely show up to some of our future PokePod sessions. Mm-hmm. It's a good session, by the way.
Huh?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the three. I mean, it's like it's us. We three consistently make great entertainment.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, everybody has.
And besides, we need to buy Kevin more tacos, so it's all cool.
Yeah, everybody keep donating to the taco stream, damn it.
Man hates tacos. Why are y'all doing this to him?
My mother because we want just to spite me,
That's
man.
Fair. Look, can't argue with that logic.
And then she makes me starve.
By the way, I'm gonna review the Detroit style pizza at Pizza Hut next week.
I want to talk about that story.
You know what? I actually want to talk about KG's hate for tacos. Tacos come in many different varieties, right? So to say you hate tacos, it's almost like you're just saying, do you hate tacos or do you hate tortillas? Cause tacos can be, you can put anything in a tortilla and it's a taco. Shit, like iCarly spaghetti tacos.
Spaghetti tacos.
Yeah, you got pulled pork tacos. You got steak
that's good.
tacos, shrimp tacos, chicken tacos. You got fucking vegetarian tacos.
Fish tacos. I mean, if you live in California, you're a weird motherfucker. Fish tacos, but
Yeah, do you really hate tacos or do you hate tortillas?
no offense,
Yes.
no offense to Californians, we love you guys.
Like, I'm just trying to figure out how do you. That's like saying you hate sandwiches, but it's like anything can be a sandwich if you put bread on it.
That is true. That is true. That don't
Yeah,
change the
that's.
fact
I
that
mean,
I hate
I
tacos.
love
though.
sandwich. I mean, come on. You look at you know, shit on like Texas toast is amazing.
If you can betwixt it in between the tortilla, it's a taco. Like
Yeah.
jelly beans on a
Yeah,
fucking tortilla.
it's just a flat pita. I mean, it's like any way, you're talking about like any sort of Mediterranean dish in a pita. You still have like you get gyros and fucking souvlaki and
even that
hummus.
starts to range in the level of weirdness because there's different tortillas. There's flour tortillas, there's corn tortillas, there's crunchy tortillas, flatbread tortillas, burrito tortillas. What? Like,
Yummy tortillas.
what do you hate exactly, KG?
Tacos, man.
What the fuck?
Listen, man. If I have a spaghetti taco,
I want somebody to create art of tortilla, but instead of the its shell, I wanted it to be in a fucking taco shell.
Can we have a ground beef tortilla, please?
Yeah, tortilla.
I'll take a crunchy ground beef taco wrapped in nice,
Tortilla.
delicious fried corn tortilla.
yeah, the Hisuian
Tortilla.
form look kind of sus there, buddy.
Oh.
Oh man, no, but see, look, here's the thing. Spaghetti taco. I hate a taco, so I'm gonna just remove the spaghetti and the taco from each other, and just have spaghetti-less, taco-less spaghetti. There you go, man.
Taco-less.
I love tacos. That's not even a question. For the
No. There's a nice Mexican place around the corner from me. It's like a small little cafe. They make great fucking tacos and burritos. They're real Mexican style.
And wait a minute, KG, do you hate burritos, which are basically soft tacos wrapped up?
Yes.
What? I'm gonna lose my mind. What? I'm gonna lose my physical mind dealing with you.
He's gonna lose. Okay, so KG has officially lost his Mexican card.
Oh, I've lost that shit a long time ago.
How do I don't even know how to.
But I do have this Ecuadorian card, so I'm gonna rock with this one.
I don't even know
Eat
how
my
to
lamb
deal
in
with
peace.
this. I'm gonna have a mental shutdown.
It's
You're gonna
like
have a breakdown.
It's gonna be like a fucking failed Windows update. And you gotta sit through the fucking startup repair for about 3 hours because you didn't buy a fucking SSD.
I'm genuinely baffled.
It's just life, man. Listen, a lot of things in my past hasn't been very nice with me, man. I'm still traumatized from the milk noodle soup I had to eat one time that my
Not even
dad
gonna
made.
try to touch that.
Exactly. There's some shit I have yet to tell you guys of origin stories of things that traumatized me, and unfortunately, tacos is just one of the many stories, man.
Oh man.
I hate tacos. Anything you can put a taco in, I'll just take that shit out and just eat the taco-less form. It's just how it is.
I think we should end the episode.
All right.
I really think we should just
I think milk is disgusting, says Cockle Master.
turn the episode off.
All right, everybody. We're just turning everything off now. Just turn this off. Turn this off. Turn this off. And turn this off.
Turn it off.
We've gone to black.
Turn it off. Turn it off.
Holy shit.
That's a reason. Why does it look like the Adult Swim like fucking font that shows up?
Hold on a second. I gotta.
Put some lo-fi music at the back of it.
There we go. That's what we need.
Morty.
There you go.
Yeah, put the ellipses. Yeah.
As the journey continues. Oh man.
Oh, that actually looked really good, by the way.
Yeah, right?
I hate how good it looks.
Oh man.
Oh,
But anyway, before we
turn it off.
Oh shit. Oh man. Okay. Obviously, people, we'll talk with all of you guys later, whatever video we make. Take care, everyone, and as always, please make sure to have yourselves an awesome day. Tomorrow, come through for Mario Party, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with me and Tyrone. We're gonna see who continues on in that battle of the Mario Party, and we'll talk more about then. So, see you guys later. Bye bye.
Wash your fucking hands for the 50th time, and also tomorrow, if you want an alternate, I'm streaming Cruising USA and Cruising World on my channel, TSS Killer, with the underscore. Thank you. Good night.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Sonic Colors comes out tomorrow.
All right, the points. The KG
Sonic-
with the PokePod
Sonic
extra fun today.
diarrhea.
Yes, thanks, Sonic. There you go. All right, night.
Night, night.
Night.